We just spent a month in Malaga, Spain.
But is it somewhere we could see ourselves living? Find out in this edition of Unhurried Adventurers.
Roll it!
Unhurried adventurers, come roll with us.
Welcome back to our channel. We are spending the next 6 years traveling to find our new forever home. And we started in Spain.
And the second place we stayed in Spain was Malaga.
Mhm.
And in this video, we're going to be rating Malaga on 7 different categories. And the first category is food.
So for food, we ranked it a 7 out of 10, which was actually the same that we ranked Alicante.
I think the reason I gave it a 7 out of 10 was while we had a lot of good food, we didn't really have any restaurant experiences that were just memorable. We actually had a couple more experiences in Alicante that were memorable.
However, the market there in Malaga was a little bit more diverse and had a really good selection of foods we could have eaten daily.
Yeah, we like the market in Alicante, but I was more impressed with the market in Malaga. The next category is weather. So for weather, we gave Malaga an 8 out of 10. I'll give the same caveat we gave in the Alicante video. For weather, it's really all about when you were there.
Mhm.
We were there from mid-April to mid-May, and the weather was quite pleasant. But from everything that we've heard from others, the weather in the summer can get pretty oppressive. And so,
A lot more heat there in the south.
yeah, so, it's really just based on the time of year that we were there. But I don't think we had really any rain to speak of the entire month that we were there in Malaga. So that was nice. So
But I could
overall,
feel it a little bit more warm, but also it was a little later in the year too, so
yeah.
that's to be expected.
The next category is safety.
So we ranked safety an 8.5 out of 10 for Malaga. I went running at night and dancing at night, didn't have any concerns for my safety being alone in the dark. I was aware of my surroundings, however, didn't have any concern or feel threatened in any way.
Yeah, you took late night subway or metro and late night buses. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, everything we'd heard that was that Malaga was a safe city. And we agree with that. We didn't really see anything to uh, disagree with that sentiment. So
Mm-hmm.
overall, we thought it was very safe.
So next we're going to rank getting around.
So for getting around, we ranked Malaga an 8.5 out of 10.
Yes, they had 2 lines on the metro station, and that made it easy for someone who doesn't typically have to deal with taking the metro, like myself. And so that was a really easy way to get around without getting lost.
Yeah, they also had the Cercanías train network, which takes you to neighboring towns such as Torremolinos
Mhm.
and Fungirola. Uh, there was also an extensive bus system that would take you to nearby towns, as well as the buses were very easy to figure out within Malaga.
And this guy has an international driver's license, so he rented a car and we went somewhere with that. Tell me
Yeah,
about
we
that
we,
experience.
we rented a car and went to El Torcal National Park.
Mhm.
And getting around Malaga itself, there was a lot of confusing intersections that it was kind of hard to follow the GPS, but that was a minor issue.
Much bigger city than Alicante.
Yeah. And then finally, Malaga, you actually, unlike Alicante, there are direct flights to the United States from Malaga. So we saw that as a plus as well. And the next category we're going to rank is community.
Mhm. So for community, we ranked Malaga a 7 out of 10. And regarding the dance community, there was 3 places I went, 2 in Malaga, 1 in nearby Torremolinos, that were amazing dance communities. They were all very welcoming and had amazing leads, and I would definitely feel comfortable going there and dancing in that family.
In terms of the meetup scene, there weren't as many meetups that we found interesting. There were a couple of meetups that we were very interested in that got canceled. There was a beach barbecue that got canceled due to weather.
I think my
And
yoga got canceled.
yeah, and so we didn't do as many meetups as we did in Alicante. So that's one of the reasons for a little bit lower score. Was the meetup scene just wasn't as involved.
Yeah, the expat community there didn't have as many opportunities to get together. So, but our next category that we'll be scoring is affordability.
So for affordability, we ranked Malaga a 7 out of 10. It wasn't super expensive, but we did find it a little bit more expensive than Alicante, particularly when we were looking for an Airbnb. There just weren't very many choices at all in our price range. In fact, we originally had booked a place in Torremolinos because we couldn't find anything in Malaga proper that aligned with our budget. But with a couple months before the trip, we actually kept checking, and one place did come up, but it was quite a bit smaller than our Airbnb in Alicante and didn't have as many amenities.
But the same price.
Yeah, it was the same price overall.
So you pay the same for a little less.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that, the menu del dias there, which is like their menu of the day, were cheaper than we found in Alicante. And that might have been because we were closer to the beach when we were eating, but it seemed like they had a better selection of more affordable menu del dias and even half menu del dias. So you didn't have to eat as much and paid less.
Yeah. So our final category we're going to rank is vibe.
Our final category is overall vibes. We gave Malaga a score of 8 out of 10. We just felt like with it being a bigger city with more diversity, which was great, but less English speaking, we found there. And so it was harder to communicate as well as kind of get ingrained into their community as easily as we did in Alicante.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, the vibes weren't bad or anything, I wouldn't say, but we just didn't have that feeling that we had as we walked around Alicante that just like, yeah, I would say that. But, again, nothing bad in particular about the vibe, but just didn't quite capture us the way that Alicante did. So that gives Malaga an overall score of 54 out of 70 possible points. But could we live there? So could we live in Malaga?
I say yes. I loved it when I first arrived there, the big city feel, the diversity, all kinds of activities to do. So definitely see myself having plenty to do, never getting bored there. Great dance community with amazing leads and beaches nearby that I could spend some time at, and great transportation. What about you?
I could definitely see myself living in Malaga as well. One thing that we've noticed already in this experience that we've gone through for a few months is that 28 days goes by like that. And I think that we experienced that even more in Malaga. Since it's a bigger city, 28 days just didn't really give us a sense of the place as well as it did in Alicante. But I think we got enough sense that I could see myself living there.
Okay.
So let's look at the leaderboard. You'll notice that Malaga is number 2 behind Alicante. We will keep updating that as time goes on and we try more cities.
And speaking of more cities, if you want to follow along on our adventures, please like and subscribe this if you found this video useful.
And if you've got any comments on Malaga, have you lived here? Would you like to live here? Drop a comment. And we'll see you next time on Unhurried Adventures.
Where is Bob? I hope you look thorough. Like and comment if you spotted Bob the Burro.
Our plan is to rate each city that we stay in for at least a month on 7.
So could you live in?
Oh, yeah. So could we live in